Yeah, welcome to another episode of the People Passion Purpose podcast. We have with me Ankita, who's a trauma-informed therapist, Dr. Nikhil, an ophthalmologist. I had to really make sure that I'm not pronouncing it wrong because I did try it out before and didn't go into the same space. And so we've had conversations with Dr. Nikhil as well as Ankita, and we will be doing a three-person conversation today. And in terms of questions, it will be honest, it will be raw, it will be uh, going into the aspects of who you are as an individual and how your story matters and brings the aspect to more and more people, and so it reaches more and more people. That's the whole idea behind this podcast. So, Dr. Nikhil, I've seen multiple uh,
Yes.
things that you've shared on the portfolio, more than 7,000 plus surgeries. And when I looked at Ankita said that's an old number. It should be now 25,000 plus. So which one
Yeah.
is the official number?
I think more than 25,000 cataract surgeries I have done. Other than that, I have done more refractive surgeries like LASIK, ICL, even glaucoma surgeries also I have done. And
Wow, very
so majority of them are this cataract surgeries and refractive surgeries.
fantastic. 25,000 plus surgeries. Wow.
How
So
old are you? And you're practicing since how
I'm
many years?
I'm 40 years plus, 40 years. Just I finished 40 years last year only. And I'm practicing ophthalmology since last 15 years,
fantastic. So right
2010.
after college, you got into the MBBS and then continued with mastery and more.
Yeah, I joined the BJ Medical College in 2001 in Ahmedabad,
Hmm.
and I finished my MBBS in 2007, and I finished my MS in 2010 from the same BJ Medical College.
Fantastic. So, how did it start that you wanted to be a doctor and specifically an eye surgeon?
Yeah, really, I think initially, when I was in 10th or 12th standard, I wanted to be the computer engineer. Because at that time, early 2000, it was an era of a boom of dot-com bubble or something. It was a dot-com boom everywhere. So I wanted to be a software engineer or something. But during 2000, there was a bubble busted, dot-com bubble busted, and there was almost like a recession kind of a thing in the IT industries at that time. Luckily, I got good numbers in 12 science. So my parents said, okay, you got very good numbers and all that. You are getting admission directly into the government medical college. Here, there are some other people who are spending almost 25, 30 lakhs to get an MBBS seat, and you are getting it for almost like a free kind of a thing. So let us go for that. And when we are a child, I think we don't have much other options just to go by what our parents say. So I entered the MBBS. I finished it. Then after the MBBS, I wanted to go into the any surgical branch because it was not like I'm not a physician kind of a person. I'm since I think a very early age, I'm more of a surgeon kind of a person. I wanted to do some kind of a surgeries or something. I just can't prescribe just normal medicines or something. I just wanted to do some kind of activity or some kind of a surgery. So I just wanted to go for any kind of a surgical branch, and then luckily I got selected for ophthalmology. And now, yeah, it's been almost 15 years I'm doing ophthalmology.
Sunilji, if I may ask, so Dr. Nikhil, you mentioned that during that time you don't have much say. Like parents, आपके ज़माने में parents did have a say in which branch you want to be in. What was your feeling and what was your reaction to that? Because many of the doctors, upcoming doctors, they still go through that societal norms. कि either the first child of the house has to be a doctor or a lawyer if you are not coming from a business class family. So what was your whole feeling towards that? Was there any anger, any regret?
Means feeling at that time
Yep,
or feeling at now. At
that
that
time.
time, it was, initially in 12th science, it was my goal to go to the certain engineering college, but suddenly the parents said, okay, better to go to the medical field or something. Initially, it was a little bit hurt, but we all know that the parents by heart they want good things for us only. They don't want us to struggle more or something like that. And at that time, initially during 2000, 2000, there was IT recession was going on, and no one has predicted what will be the future of the IT at that time. So the parents wanted to us for like go for some safer kind of a things that will help you in future. At least you will be, you know, uh, a good. At least you will be. Once you become a doctor, at least you can earn some good amount of money and you can have a small, easy life. So, okay, at that time,
Absolutely.
yeah, we don't think much about,
One incident that left a mark on you. I know this incident, but there's a reason I'm asking you. That when you experienced a good doctor.
you know, there are so many incidents after being a doctor, after being a surgeon, there are so many incidents where the people, they come with very much big hope or something, and you just try to do your best for that. So one incident is that there was a 11, 12-year-old boy. They already came from Kenya. They were basically Indians only, but they were settled in Kenya for long back. The child was born in Kenya only. The child has minus almost 18, 20 diopter. So his vision was, it was more like a tunnel vision kind of a thing. And the child was being bullied in school by all of his friends and something that he was not able to play any outdoor games. So the parents came with big hope to our center that doctor, can you please do something for this child? And we did surgeries in that patient, and after the surgery, we did ICL in that patient, and the patient's vision was almost normal. And after 1 year of follow-up, also when I had checked the patient last Diwali, then the patients and patient's family were like very happy. They were like very. It's very good to see that my child can able to do almost all outdoor activities. He was playing golf. He was playing this football and all that. So yeah, this kind of you know things makes us happy.
Over to you, Mr. Sunik.
Yeah, you said somewhere that in terms of it was easy to get into this place of being a surgeon. My question is, was it really that easy?
So it was not easy. Actually, I wanted to be. I just don't wanted to be a normal physician. Physician means the one who can just normally prescribe medicines and all that. I wanted to be a surgeon. Means I just wanted to do some kind of surgery or something. You know, you must have seen the movie Kabir Singh, maybe or Arjun Reddy. That. There was one dialogue in the movie that ये हाथ में खून लगता है तो अच्छा लगता है, do some surgery. So it was that kind of a thing that okay, do something. At least you feel that we have done something.
You left a mark, you've left an impact.
Yeah, it was more kind of a thing.
It was
Hmm.
also skill based, that you're either building something or breaking something, but there needs to be some movement involved, not just signing papers. That does not mean that physicians are not up to the mark.
No, no, no.
Uh,
I'm not saying that the physicians. I'm just saying that I just don't wanted to be the physician. I wanted to be the surgeon. Like that.
okay. So when Mr. Sunil is asking, was it really that easy? Because Jitna, I am able to interact from you is you make it sound very easy. You're making it sound
To
very
get admission
easy.
into the PG to surgical branch or something. Since
Tell.
you are asking about to get admission.
No, we are asking about the
Being
whole, I'm trying to understand the whole journey of that spending one single day, entering like a boy, like because when you are on the process of becoming a doctor or becoming a surgeon, you are still a boy. You are still
Yes,
a
yes.
22-year-old out of a
Hmm,
college.
Yes,
So
yes.
when you look back, was it really that easy, the journey
No,
of
no,
that
no,
whole
no, no, no,
25?
not at all, not at all. Not at all that much easy because see, it's you just in the early age or early years of residency or post graduation, you can learn some basic steps or basic things only. After that, you have to you just keep on improving, keep on refining yourself, your surgical skill. You have to do certain things at a uh, different way. It's you just have to keep on refining yourself, your surgical skills also. You just have to refine it.
If we have to
You
talk
just have
like
to keep on
humans and
learning.
not as doctors, because right now I think
Hmm.
because of the practice and because of the conditioning, you are just answering like a doctor, which is understandable. But as a
Okay.
human, if we just
As-
remove that label of DR or the surgeon,
Okay. Hmm.
like you are still in the process because so many hours operating on a eye or operating, and as a surgeon, you have a whole team that surrounds you.
Yes, yes,
And have to learn human interaction, human coordination, because ultimately it's going to affect somebody's life if there is a misalignment in a coordination or even a single word.
yes.
So, keeping that doctor training aside, how
Hmm.
did any other boy's journey from a child to a boy to deciding to not be a engineer or not be a finance person, deciding to be a doctor, in that also deciding to be a surgeon, in that there is going to be deciding to get married, then deciding to shift. Like there is एक चीज constant है. There's only one thing constant, that okay, this is
That
my
is me.
profession.
Okay. Yeah.
But everything else was still going in rotation.
Changing. Hmm. Yes.
So how was that journey easy?
It was not easy journey for I think it is not an easy journey for anybody because see once I become a surgeon, I had to move on to many other places also, along with my wife. Also, I was in Bangalore for almost 4 5 years. Then I came back to Ahmedabad. We had a child and all the things. And again, we have to start in Ahmedabad from the zero. So it's not an easy journey at all. But when you get support from the, I think, friends, families, and if you, I think the what you need is a more of a confident kind of a thing that okay, you can able to do that. So yeah,
Hmm,
uh,
Okay, can
interesting.
I go all in with Mr.
Yeah,
Sunil?
yeah. Please, please.
Okay, Dr. Nikhil, is it safe
yes,
to say that currently you have achieved a seven-figure digit in your bank account?
financially, if includes everything,
It's a
yeah,
yes or no answer. There is no diplomatic answer to this.
yes, yes.
Okay. In the past, in the whole journey of this moment, did you ever reach the almost bankruptcy area?
Yeah,
Again, it's a
I
yes or
was.
no answer.
Yes, yes, yes. I was.
Now, that is the point because being a doctor,
Hmm.
you are at the mercy of whether you are going to get a patient or not. And on top of that, being a doctor, because I also fall into the same fraternity, whether that patient will be able to pay your fees or not. And based on that, you like people who are sitting on the that side of the desk, they understand कि okay, because this is
So
where the
initially,
whole thing धर्म संकट आता है कि we can't say no to the patient, but at the same time we are almost at the bankruptcy. So, how did you
Since
balance
my
that phase of life?
yeah, so
I'm
early
sorry,
phase
I'm
of my life.
interrupting. I'm interrupting.
Mhm.
I'll finish the question. How did you balance that phase of life without becoming a bad doctor?
Okay. So yeah, there was a phase during my early days when I was in Bangalore, and my wife was also on maternity leave or something, and the only earning person was me. And during that time, I had a financial crisis, almost what just Ankita ji said, that almost bankruptcy kind of a thing. But yeah, I came out of that by by focusing more on my work, by doing more number of surgeries, by giving my best to the patients. That okay, the financial things will be taken over by the God. Let me focus on the things which I am good at. So I focused on doing more number of surgeries, trying to visit more number of hospitals, and then over a period of, I think, 1 year or 2 years, the financial condition was better.
By that time, you were father.
Yeah, by the time I was a father.
Some transition in your life.
Yes.
That's interesting.
So, how
Sunil
did
ji,
you
would you
handle
like
all these
to?
pressures, Dr. Nikhil?
Uh, Actually, I think sometimes these things comes from within only, sir. See, the thing is, sometimes it's more like that. Okay, I'm almost like a 30 plus years person. How can I ask help from my father? Okay, so then, or sometimes it happens like, okay, now there are this gate is closed, this gate is closed, so only one gate is now there. So focus on that thing, and I think over a period of time, things will sort out by itself only. We just have to give it time, and you just focus. You just have to focus on what you are good at or what you are best at, and try
Hmm.
to do that things with your full effort. So things will over a period of time it will become normal only.
So
So
when
these
you were
are
going
kind of
through your,
these
so
are
when you were
the I think
going,
phases. Yeah.
I'll continue. When you were going through your dark phase, usually it happens that we tend to become angry with the world. Usually it happens with usual people, not unusual people. We tend to become angry with the world and we spiral into bad habits. Was there any spiraling into, I won't use the word bad habits, but what was the thing that was keeping you sane when you used to go to sleep every day? Because again, doctors have this thing that next day you still have to be your best. Even if your life is falling apart, you still have to be your best.
So at that time, I was focusing only one thing, madam. That was, see, uh, whatever my financial condition was there, or whatever my family condition was there, the only thing that was in my control was that I am a doctor, I am a surgeon, and that is what I have to do. And I had a hope that if I focus on one thing, which is good at, which is that I'm good at, the rest of the things will be normal within some period of time. So it was hope mostly.
Sunilji, would you like to, because he mentioned two words here. Previously, he mentioned the word God, and right now he mentioned the word hope. And he is a man from medical.
Hmm. Yeah, I think the question is already asked, so I will choose to not ask that directly. So, Dr. Nikhil, you can go ahead.
Yeah, so yeah, I believe in God. I mean, everyone believes in God. See, what every doctor or surgeon is doing is just using his or her knowledge, which is the best of the knowledge, and try to give the best possible treatment to the patient. But it's not like that everything goes well with each and every person. whatever we are doing. You know. So finally, it is all depends upon God's wish. So, uh, we are just like a person with a limited knowledge of medicine. We are trying to solve the patient's issue, which is whichever the best possible way at that time. But everything is not in the doctor's hand. You know, we have to be hopeful. We have to pray the God also that the thing should go, you know, as we are expecting.
Mhm. And generally, what do you do when things don't go your way, as in terms of uh,
Oh,
as
this
a
is, I
doctor, as
like
an
this
individual?
question.
See, the thing is that when the things don't go at my way, the what I can do is
Mr.
I
Sunil
will
is
try
actually
to
asking, I'm sorry I'm interrupting again, but Mr.
in
Sunil is
general.
asking, not general. He's asking specifically, ki what does Nikhil does when things are not going his way? Because every doctor is different, and I can
Yeah.
vouch for it.
So
Every doctor is different.
yes. So even during the surgery or even during the life, if the things are not going for as per my way, I just try to minimize the complications or minimize the losses. In surgery, I will try to minimize the complications like minimum tissue effect. And in personal life, it is like minimal loss either in the form of finance or in the form of personal loss or mental loss. So when the things are not going as per our wish or as per my wish, I usually do try to minimize the loss at anyway. Like in the surgery, if it is a surgery, then I will try to minimize the loss of the patient's tissue. And in the personal life, financial life, I will try to minimize the financial or personal loss.
Interesting. And I know why Ankita is smiling,
Exactly.
because Ankita is smiling because I can guess, because she said something saying, the answers are still 10,000 feet. And still, it's not yet reached that point saying, hey, you know what, this is what I do. But possibly I'll give you, say, a scenario, and you're seeing that, somebody comes to you with some surgery that's required, and on the surgical table, something happens that's not in your control, or you are put at a position where that puts some of your personal values and your personal ethics on the same conflict point.
Okay,
And how do you stay?
here to Mr. Sunil is asking about the Dharam Sankat. As a जहाँ पे there is going to be a little clash between AB कि धर्म संकट कि what to do or what to say because like you so that is what Mr. Sunil is asking. Okay.
What to do means if unexpected complication during surgery.
As in, like, what do you do? Like, what to do is more of a
No, no,
very
no. But
uh,
suppose you are asking like if unexpected complication kind of a thing happens during the surgery,
mm,
then what I
yeah,
do?
yeah. What do you do?
So the things which are in my control, like as per eyes concerned, there are certain things which are in my control. So if there are certain things which are in my control, I will try to, minimize the complications, as I said. But there are certain things which are not in my control. Like if I'm operating on an eye of a patient, and if the patient on table is having sudden cardiac arrest or something, so that is not in my control at all. So that thing is so at that time probably I have to stop the surgery. We have to call the 108 ambulance, and we have to ship the patient to the emergency multi-specialty hospital or something as early as possible. And but during that time, I go to the patient's relatives, explain whatever the clear condition is of the patient is that okay, we were doing this, but this has happened, which is not in our control, and we are trying to minimize the things. We are trying to solve the issue, but we need your cooperation. Means I will tell the patient's truth, even if any complications happen during the surgery. right now also. So I will tell the patients truth that okay, this is the surgery was we are doing. This is happened. I'm going to trying to solve the problem, and it will be solved. But this has happened, and it will take this period of time for recovery or something. So I think it is better to tell the patients and patient relative that what has happened to the patient.
Maybe I will steal
So
a
there is a
question from
difference.
Ankita.
So
So
what you are saying ki there is a difference between giving somebody a false hope and stating the truth.
Yeah, I usually state the truth.
I mean that's a good way to live your life, that you're not trying to give anybody false hope, and probably that is going to define somebody who can be trusted with somebody's life or eyes or other things. Okay. Another thing, Dr. Nikhil, that you had mentioned, I'm sorry if it's a trigger warning that I'm giving you. You had once mentioned that you had visited a patient in jail. You know which patient I'm talking about. If you want to shed a little light on that, because I know कि in that moment you were conflicted.
It's a radical thing, but yeah, it was during my residency time. There was a when I was a resident, when I was doing my post graduation, there was a serial bomb blast in civil hospital Ahmedabad, and there were multiple places in Ahmedabad. There was a bomb blast was there, and so many peoples were killed at the end of the bomb blast. Even there was a blast in the emergency trauma center in our civil hospital, and two, three of my friends, my senior with his wife, both were killed in that blast. So yeah, I was somewhat disturbed at that time, terrorist activity or something like that. And after some time, we had a call that there is a person in the central jail. He requires an eye examination in the middle of the night. He had some severe pain in the eye or something like that, and foreign body sensation was there. So me and our assistant professor had to go there because in central jail, the professor used to
How
go there.
old were you that time?
I was 24, 25 years old.
So that is like a young doctor in making who also is hot-blooded, who wants to avenge the people who have died, who also like there is going to be a conflict, okay, because of some things. I lost my friends. There were a lot of people who got injured, but I am put in a position where I still have to cater to the same people
Yeah,
who
and the
affected.
person, the patient was arrested under this terrorist activity only. So we have to examine that patient and we have to treat that patient.
So that's a lot of, I mean, again, being from, because this is like, a 24-year-old boy.
Yes.
So many factors must have really affect. I'm asking this question because a lot of medical students, they will also go through the whole same developmental journey. When you are a young boy, so many things are happening in your surrounding. You want to change the world. You want to make the world better because doctors have this thing that I want to make this world a better place. I want this,
Yes.
I want my kids to have a better life. I want to make everything healthy, healthy and good, good, good. Every doctor has
Yes.
that phase, at least till 30
Yeah,
years.
everyone. Even after that, also, see, every doctor wants to do good for the patients or good for the society, but the end results are not in doctor's end. So, but yeah, no one wants to harm any patient or any other person. No doctor, I think, not single doctor wants to harm any other patient or anybody. But
So how did you deal with that scenario? Because I can really feel that कि 24-year-old boy एक बार तो लगेगा कि नहीं नहीं I don't want to मेरे को करना ही नहीं है भाई मेरे को I don't want to treat this patient
no, but it
because you
was
are
our
just
duty.
24, you're not 54. By the time we are 54, we have still got that
But it was our duty, so one has to
It,
finish the duty one day.
did you get a good night's sleep that night? I'm asking this again
And not
because
not, but I think it is going to be more radical. So yeah, so let us
okay,
keep this.
okay,
Generally, say after an operation, what
Yes.
happens to you? Not in general, it's a more of a general thing. So you've done 25,000 operations. There's some level of anticipation towards a surgery. Then you're there. You
We can.
compartmentalized everything else. You get to a surgery after it finishes.
Things.
What happens?
So after surgery finishes, so once you've done some number of surgeries, you will become more like a mechanical. The things keep on going by itself only. You just have to focus. And after doing some number of surgeries, you will become like, okay, you can not 100%, but probably you can predict that in this kind of surgery, some kind of complication is going to happen or something. So you are you are going to predict the things after some of experience. Because when we are young, we wanted to do, we wanted to experiment so many things and all that. But once you become after experienced and once you've done some number of surgeries, you are, you can able to judge. I would not say judge exactly, but majority of the time you can able to judge that okay, outcome of this surgery will be good, and this surgery will be like okay or not good or something. Or you can predict that okay, the complication rate on this kind of patient is going to be more high. So it gives you good a way to communicate with the patient before the surgery only that okay, see, you are having this kind of problem. So this, you may have this kind of complication. You may encounter this kind of complication. You may require second surgery or something. So yeah, after having some number of surgeries, you can actually, able to figure out that what you have to tell to the patient before the surgery, that what would be the outcome of the surgery, what the patient can expect from the surgery.
You mentioned
I still have.
autopilot.
Yeah, uh, it's more of a autopilot kind of a things. Once you start doing the surgery, it's it's become more of autopilot kind of a thing. But yeah, it's like, in majority of the surgeries, it will become autopilot, but still we have to focus.
So, like when you look at the person on the operating table, do you look at them as an individual, or you look at them as saying, yeah, this is a patient that needs this thing? So, is there a distance between you and the patient, or is that something that comes that because I'm not a doctor, so it could be a very simple question.
So, see, you mean to say any emotional attachment or emotional kind of a things? No, it won't be there. Uh, because see, I have operated on my
Can I
father's
ask you
side.
this thing? No, because I know the story. When you applied for your first job as a surgeon, there was a particular thing that you said to the person who was interviewing you. Okay, why that person should hire you as a surgeon. And I think you were this is the story 10 years back, or I clearly don't remember. Recently, you had mentioned it, sir.
Yeah, so I have the interviewer asked, tell me about your surgeries, how you grade your surgeries from 0 to 10. So I said, I can't give you the grading, but I can give you that I have operated on my mother's side and my father's side. So the interviewer said, okay.
You are hired.
So yeah, so it is see, once the patient's eye is under the drain, then whether is then there is no emotions at all. Even if I'm not knowing the patients, or if the patient is the Prime Minister of India or anyone, it's an eye for me, and just I have to perform my best. That's all.
So is it safe to say that for you, you fall in love with the eye and not the patient. Because in that moment, that is, I mean, that is more important than
Yeah,
the patient.
yes, definitely. See,
I have
for
a
me,
question which I have asked before. This is going to be a little on the philosophical side, and I'm extremely curious about this question. So, there is a saying that, eyes are the window to the soul. And so, you
uh,
have almost seen into the eyes of 25,000 people. Do you actually see the difference between the eye of between the eye of a monk, a child, an adult, a depressed patient? Is there actually a difference that you see if you have to recall the pattern?
we maybe see, but during that time, I'm seeing that I as a problem, I problematic I only, and the problem whatever is there that I have to solve. So I'm not going into the philosophical or emotional kind of a thing in that kind of patient. I will just focus on that. Okay, the patient is having this problem, and I have to do this kind of surgery or something.
If you have to go into that detail right now, not while you are checking, but after you are,
So So yeah, there are some. See, I can make out only two, three things. That one is a kind of a happy eye. I would suggest that this suggests the person is himself or herself is very happy from inside, and the another one is a sad eye. I would say, the person is himself is not happy with anything around himself or herself. So these two kind of things I can able to identify from this checking the eye that. Either the person is happy with means from himself or herself on surroundings, or the patient is sad from himself or herself and other surroundings. That's the only
Interesting.
thing I
okay,
can.
what's your take on Mr. Sunil Sahil?
I cannot see you directly on Zoom call or video call and
Dr.
check.
Nikhil is very diplomatic. It's like, it takes five, six trials to get him into that. It's like he just ended up proving me wrong.
I think it is more autopilot practice. You say, okay, सही हो सकता है. But generally, how do you know? Like, from say body language, do you know, or is it more of
Yeah, it
the
is
eye?
not only eyes. It's not only the eyes. It's the total body language of the person that I can. When anybody, I think over a period of time, anyone can able to identify the person is happy or the person is happy who kind of a person or person is like a sad, he's just not at all happy with anything around himself or herself.
What makes you happy? As in, like, not the doctor, but Nikhil Naidoo show.
Yeah, apart from surgeries, having coffee with the friends, spending time with my son, family, and cricket.
He's like
So, do
the
you get
template
time
of.
actually to do, all this cricket, spending time with family, 25,000 surgeries?
Yeah, see, in ophthalmology, the good thing is there is not much emergency kind of a things are there. So you will be free by almost say 6:30, 7 o'clock. So morning, it's more of like a 9 to 6, 9 to 7 kind of a job. So yeah, rest of the time I will spend with my friends and family and all that.
What is the maximum number of surgeries, sir, you have done in a day? I'm sure it must be in Bangalore, but still, I'm guessing.
Yeah,
But what was the
it was not in Bangalore. It was in Tamil Nadu basically. So I was in Vasanaiket, and I used to go to certain centers in the Tamil Nadu to visit for surgery. So in morning, I went to Salem. There I finished almost 24, 25 surgeries. By the afternoon, I finished 24 surgeries. And after having lunch, I came to Krishnagiri and, sorry, Dharmapuri. And then I finished almost 14 surgeries there. So almost, yeah, 40 surgeries in a day. That was my record.
So you were the Rajnikant eye surgeries, huh?
No, no, there are
you
so
are
many
actually
others.
making it sound very I think you are being way too humble, which is a good thing. I think that is what makes you you. but you are making this sound like piece of cake. I mean, what's your take on this,
Uh,
Mr. Sunil? He is actually making it sound like a
Yeah,
cakewalk
it's experience, madam. It's
because you are
experience.
traveling also. Like you travel to three different places within a day. There is a travel,
Yes.
and
Yeah, from
everybody
Bangalore to
knows.
Thermopylae.
Yeah, everybody knows the temperature of South India. It's not very friendly to your body. And then there is surgery. And here we are talking about eye surgery, which itself requires a lot of technology and other things and other things. You're making it sound very nice. So, is this the same thing that you would actually tell to your generation surgeons and the upcoming generation surgeons? Then don't make things, don't play the victim. Okay, oh my God, I have to work so hard. Oh my God, I'm dealing with so much. Oh my God, this has happened.
No, I don't think there is any kind of victim card or something someone has to play nowadays. Uh, but I think the thing is, if you really want to do good things, or if you really want to focus on one thing, the things will come by itself only. I mean, you just have to focus. You just have to think about that. Okay, I want to focus on surgeries. I want to do focus on these things. So I think eventually it will come to you.
How do you take care of your emotional health? I'm asking the question that Mr. Sunil should have because it's like the whole I know a little bit about Mr. Sunil also that he was in Germany for many many years and even he had I'm talking about both of you because there is a similarity. The whole template of when men transitions from like he's going through that whole life journey of walking, creating the path. Then there are night walks. Then there is dealing with the whole world and still trying to figure out okay, whether it will work out or not. And then that whole word comes into the picture. Okay, okay, just focus. Because I mean, I'm sorry I'm doing this, but there is a whole similarity between both of you, at least in this aspect. So you are making it sound like a piece of cake. Even Mr. Sunil sometimes makes it sound like a piece of cake. But I seriously want both of you to at least say something to the coming generation because you both have really endured and you both are making it sound as if you were born with this. And as a matter of fact, I know that both of you were not born with this humility. Life has humbled both of you.
So I think Sunilji first should answer. I will.
so this is taking it in the Viva saying, the person first goes, I look at what
Like a
he's
teacher.
answering and then uske baad I'll figure out what I need to answer and then see where it goes.
That's the
So if I have to answer that in a concise and precise manner, I think generally when choices are less, the answer is that yeah, ऐसा ही होता है. And there are no other choices. We need to get it done. Once you've got it done, you've also done your journey through that particular process, and you've not done it individually, right? That helps you make it humble. So there's always been another force, another person, another thing alongside your journey. And you yourself have evolved in this process. And so okay, it took quite a lot of effort in making it happen. And so you make that space saying, yeah, I think it is not just the older me that got me here. And what got me here was the entire experience. And the humility actually comes with that. And it becomes a piece of cake, it becomes easier because it is as is, there is no choice, it needs to happen. There is no requirement of something else. Maybe with my case it is also a possibility because I go into the aspect of the flow. The flow makes it a lot more easy. That's the thing.
Dr. Nikhil, in your case, how did
Yeah,
you
I
not
think
end up with this?
Yeah,
Because
what
as a doctor, you do tend to see a lot of darker side or not so rosy side of the society, and you still have to maintain the hope. Because I mean, sometimes you do come across, ke, okay, and let the society be. So how do you maintain your, you know, anyways, yeah, please. So how did you,
so I think as Sunilji also said that you have to focus on means I'm focusing on the thing that are under my control. So and which I'm good at. So I'm just trying to improve that thing also. That okay, if I'm good at doing surgery, so I will just focus on that things, and I'm just try to improve uh, my surgical skills, skill up, and the rest of the things let us flow like that. I know the other things will be taken care of by God itself. Let me focus on the things which I am good at and which I am able to do it with grace.
think maybe to also sum it up in terms of what possibly Dr. Nikhil has not yet said. Uh, in days when things are tough, it is mostly get through this day. We'll figure out the next one as is come. So it becomes mostly that you hyper focus tunnel space saying, oh, get this hour done. We'll see about the next hour when the hour is up. Right, so we'll get there when we get there. And yeah, I think switch off, switch on happens very quickly.
So, yeah, so there are two things that I, that I think the same thing that I'm telling Geeta ji also many times that these two shall pass. So anything which is good or bad,
Mama?
it's it will
He
pass, and
actually has a tattoo
we,
of that.
Oh,
yeah, and be in the
Doctors also
moment,
get tattoos.
and be in the moment. Try to be in the moment. That is what I think we should focus on.
interesting, interesting. So as we always, get navigate to that point of a closure for this episode, what's one stereotype about doctors that you found funny?
The doctor says himself or herself, they're not focusing on their health. You know, they give advice to the hundreds of patients and all that. That do this, do that. Don't eat sugar or something like that. But they do exercise and don't use much phone. As far as I is concerned, I can say don't use much phone. Don't use much screen time or something. But still, majority of the doctors they are not that much their own health conscious.
Hmm.
So I think yeah, we should all focus on that.
What is better? Uh, like, no, actually, I already got the answer to this.
Interesting. So what is the question? So she got the question, she got the answer. So that's what
What is
therapists do.
better,
So
to be humble or arrogant? I'm talking in terms of doctors because uh, in right now we are in a transition phase, but there was this thing that if doctors are too humble, they must not be good doctors. If doctor is little arrogant and is not giving too much time during consultation, he's a great doctor.
We have to maintain the balance in between.
I have
Sometimes we
never
have to
heard
be
such a honest answer.
sometimes we have to be arrogant if the patients there are some kind of patients they and then sometimes we have to be very humble. So we have to maintain the balance of both.
as a doctor, you need to know your craft, you need to know your team, you need to know your emotions, and you need to be intelligent with those emotions as such. So how easy or how difficult is it being a doctor?
It's difficult to be a doctor, uh, I would say, because there are so many expectations are there from the first from the family and then from the patients, society. You know, we all are very much overburdened. I think not only me, but almost all of the doctors are overburdened. If you compare the hospital industry with the West, there if you want to get your eyes checked or means get yourself checked for any super specialty or something, there are months of waitings are there. But here in India, you can get your super specialty checkup in a single day. Even MRI, CT, MRI will be done, and you can get to the conclusion on the same day. But people should understand one thing, that the doctors are after all humans. No, they are not God. And I think no doctor wants to be the God. No doctor wants to compare themselves to be along with the God. Let us be the humans only, with some knowledge of clinical, and with some of our limited knowledge, we can able to try to treat the patients in a best possible way. But we are not God, so the thing is, complications can happen. Uh, Certain things can happen, and but just accept that thing, that we are all human. That's I think it's.
What are your retirement plans? Because being a surgeon, you
Ah,
won't be able to do
now,
surgery beyond a certain age.
yeah. So retirement plans means till the time I just wanted to means till the times my hands are not shaky or something, or not tremors are not there. I just wanted to do surgery. Maybe over a period of time, I may reduce my time and reduce the number of surgery. But once the body is not, in tune, then probably I will do some farming or something.
Ah,
Going back to nature. Hmm. So maybe
Going
one
back
fun
to
final
nature.
question. One final question from my end. So you said the human part of it. Doctors are not God. You want to be looking at it as human. So possibly, how would your son? You said you have a son. So how would your son
Mm,
describe you to somebody else?
uh, I don't know exactly how we describe, but right now he's, I think, saying simply that he is my father and he is an eye doctor. That's
who plays cricket with me every evening and
yeah. And I play. Yeah, he
stays
play
like
cricket.
that. 'How old is he? 10, 9.
10 years old.
Hmm. I mean, that's a interesting angle to ponder upon. Okay, how do the kids of surgeons see their parents? Because here we are venturing into 20% of the population, actually less than 20%.
So
Absolutely.
I don't know how he's seeing me, but he's like, if in future I don't want to be the doctor, because
Ah,
my father is working from Monday to Saturday,
that
even
answers the
sometimes
question.
Sunday also he has to go. So yeah, I just so don't want to be the doctor or something. I will be anything else, but I don't want to be the doctor.
Hmm.
Any final question, Ankita?
No, not really. Yeah,
Yeah, I
but
think Nikhil.
I mean, not question, but if Dr. Nikhil, if you really like imagine that there are 1,000 doctors in making who are in and around 22 or 25 years old, and they end up seeing this podcast, something that you would actually like to tell them. Please, like, I really want you to think upon this. And what is that something that you really would like to tell them? Because they'll be taking the same journey. कुछ उतर जाएंगे, कुछ रह जाएंगे, but वो journey
Yeah,
start तो कर चुके हैं.
yes, yes. But the only thing that they should understand it is doctor's life usually start after 30 years of age. Means once you finish
Hmm.
your MBBS, MS, and all that. So, and if maybe in early age of yours, you may not get many patients, or you may not be considered as an experienced doctor or something. Many patients will refuse to get the surgery done by you or something. But over a period of time, everything depends upon your skills, your communications. And I think be clear in your communications, be clear in your talk with the patients, be truthful. Then over a period of time, the things will be in line.
Hmm.
So be
काफी
truthful.
loaded answer है. Be truthful.
Mm.
Dr. Nikhil, is it practice or because you say a lot of heavy stuff as a matter of fact? Like you don't emphasize much. You just say all the heavy stuff without much modulation. I think it's an art.
I think this is what I'm practicing.
It's something that's come after 25,000 surgeries, 20 plus years
Not
in.
number of surgeries. I think it's sometimes age-related experience also.
Mm.
Calling himself old.
So that,
Not old,
yeah, calling
just
himself old.
I just like I'm just 25 with 15 years of experience like that.
25, 15 years of experience. So, sir, amazing, chatting in with you. I think we can safely say this is a great space for an episode one, which I think is where we
Hmm.
actually can put a tag to it or put a milestone to it. There's more questions to be asked. There is a lot more to be known about you and your
Yeah,
experience as a doctor. So, thank you for
sure,
gracing us
sure.
today.
Thank you,
Yep.
Sunil ji. Thank you, Nikita.
Yeah, I mean, my thing would be, I think it was a very simple and very humble interaction, like the most simple and very relatable. It was not too, matlab it was very grounded and very simple and very relatable for everybody. And I think that was the whole charm of
Yeah,
the thing.
thank you.